Yes, today concept is Selenium. Already Selenium introduction already I told you. So how to work
Mm-hmm.
with Eclipse? First of all, how to work with Eclipse? First point, how to work with Eclipse. Just double click on Eclipse and after that we can get Eclipse ball. This is the Eclipse ball, double click on it. So each and every time if you want to work with Eclipse, each and every time we need to run. There is no installation for Eclipse. There is no
Oh,
installation for Eclipse. So I'm going to Eclipse now. So it will launch within 1 minute. Within 1 minute we can get Eclipse. Uh,
record mode on is anything, right?
yes, this record mode is
Mm.
started, madam. So
Okay.
this is the Eclipse. This white area we can call Project Explorer. This area we can call Project
Okay.
Explorer. So this is the Project Explorer. So this is the save button. Save button. This is the run button. Right. First of all, how to create project, how to create package, how to create class. First of all, if you want to work with Eclipse, first of all, we need to create one project. After creating project, we can get two folders. One is SRC, second one is JRE. SRC means source code. JRE means Java Runtime Environment. JRE, Java Runtime Environment. So after creating project, we can take the package. Right click on SRC, we can take the package. We can take the package. Right click on package, we can take the class. This is the order. Otherwise, we can take the direct class also. So right click on SRC, directly we can take the class also. If you take like this, directly if you take a class, it will take under default package. It will take under default package. It will take under default package. So once again we will discuss how to create package, how to create class. Go to Project Explorer, right click, take the new project. I'm taking Java project, click on next. I'm giving project name is something Metro. I'm giving project name is Metro. Click on finish. After creating project, we can get two folders. One is SRC, second one is JRE. So we can get two folders, SRE, JRE, SRC, JRE. Right click on SRC, directly we can take the class. I'm taking direct class. So class name is class 1. So keep the mark public static void menu. So main method purpose we are keeping the mark. So why we are keeping mark I will explain you later. So if you want main method we will keep the mark.
Okay.
So this is the declaration part. Whatever you want you can declare here. This is the main method. So if you want to increase the size we can increase. Windows, preferences, general, appearance, color and fonts. Go to Java, color and font, edit. Already that is in 8, 10. So I'm keeping 12. Click on OK. Apply. OK. Now, if you want write anything in Eclipse, we can write it. SYSO control space. Good evening, madam. Right. If you want write anything, we can double click SYSO control space. Hi, madam. SYSO control space. Bye, madam. So like we can write after writing the code, just we need to click on save button and run button. So we can get in console. Good evening, madam. Hi, madam. Bye, madam. So we can get console. So
Okay.
this is how to create project, how to create package, and how to create class. Today, first concept in Java, first concept. In Java, first concept to primitive data types. In Java, first concept to primitive data types. Primitive data types. In Java, first concept to primitive data types. In Java, we have 8 primitive data types: byte, short, int, long, float, double, boolean, char. In Java, we have 8 primitive data types: byte, short, int, long, float, double, boolean, char. These are the data types. So if you want to store any function, any one, so we will use this primitive data types. So for example, if you want to store any numeric value, integer value, that time we will use these 4 data types: byte, short, int, long. For example, number of hands, number of states, number of countries, number of fingers, number. If you want to store any number, that time we will use these 4 data types. So byte is 82, 8 bit, short is 16 bit, int is 32 bit, long is 64 bit. So each and every one having own range. Byte range is minus 2 power of 7 to 2 power of 7 minus 1. Byte range 2 power of 7 to minus 2 power of 7 to 2 power of 7 minus 1. That means minus 128 to plus 127. In between values we can store in byte 127 and 16 bit. This range is like minus 2 power of 15 to 2 power of 15 minus 1. Right. This is 32 bit. This range is minus 2 power of 31 to 2 power of 31 minus 1. This range minus 2 power of 63 to minus 2 power of 63 to 2 power of 63 minus 2 power of 63 to no minus 2 power of 63 to 2 power of 63 minus 1. Right. Float is 32 bit. If you want to store any decimal values, that time we will use float and double. Like my height is 5.9. So 5.9 is a float value. So if you want to store any decimal value, we will use float and a double. Double is 64 bit. And boolean. Boolean is used for store the true or false. If you want to store true or false, we will use boolean. True or false. If you want to store the true or false, we will use boolean. And char is used for store the single character. If you want to store any single character, we will use char. Char is used for store the single character. These are the primitive data types. First four data types are used for store the integer values. If you want to store any integer values or numeric values like number of chairs, number of lights, number of countries, number of buses, number of cars, so number of fingers, number of legs, number of hands. So if you want to store any numeric value, that time we will use byte, short, into long. Byte is 8 bit, short is 16 bit, int is 32 bit, long is 64 bit. And float and double is used for store the decimal values. If you want to store only decimal value, we will use float and double. And boolean is used for store the true or false. Char is used for store the single character. Here you need to remember only one thing. String is not a data type in Java. It is a predefined function in Java. Always in Java and Selenium we will use string. So string is not a data type in Java. It is a predefined function in Java. String is not a data type in Java. It is a predefined function in Java. Right. Right. To the first concept. Using this concept, we can write the program. So that's the reason we learned primitive data types. So today, first concept, very, very important concept. If you understand today concept, you can play with Java. Otherwise, Java can play with you. So very, very important concept. So first concept in Java, very, very important concept, static properties. Static properties and non-static properties. Static properties and non-static properties. Static means common. Static means common. Static means common. Non-static means not common. Static means common. Non-static means not common. For example, wherever you go, there are two categories of people. Wherever you go, there are two categories of people. Category is nothing but it is a class. There are two classes of people. Category is nothing but it is a class. There are two classes of people. One is boy class, other one is girl class. So I'm taking one boy class. I'm taking one boy class. So all the boys are having some common properties. That properties is called static properties. All the bias having some common properties. That properties is called static properties. What are the properties all the bias commonly having, madam? What are the properties all the bias commonly having? I'm taking by class example. For example, I'm taking one by class. All the bias are having some common properties. That properties is called static properties. What are the properties all the bias commonly having? For example,
Body.
number of hands I'm taking. Number of hands and number of legs. Right. All the bias not having some common properties, that properties is called non-static properties. What are the properties all the bias not having commonly? What are the properties all the bias not having commonly? What are the properties all the bias not having commonly? Name is a non-static property,
Ah.
and color is a non-static property. Color is a non-static property. Right. Uh, Next, all the boys some commonly do some actions. That actions is called static actions. Static actions. All the boys commonly do some actions. That actions is called static actions and non-static actions. Non-static actions. All the boys commonly do some actions. That actions is called static actions. All the boys not do commonly. That actions is called non-static actions. Now tell me, what are the actions all the boys commonly do?
Talking.
What, madam?
Talking. Not talking.
Talking.
Hmm.
Next, better property I want, madam. I want better property. Breathe is a common property. Breathe is a common property. Common action, sorry. Commonly do some action. That actions is called static action. So breathe is a static action and sleep is a static action. All right. Next, all the bias not do commonly. That actions is called non-static action. So all the bias not do commonly. That actions is called non-static actions. What are the actions all the bias not do commonly? What are the actions all the bias not do commonly? Smoking. Smoking. Smoke is a non-static property. Non-static action, sorry. Drink is a non-static
Drink.
action. So based on this project, these properties and actions, we can write the program today. So static properties, number of hands and number of legs. Non-static properties, name and color. Static actions, breathe and sleep. Non-static actions,
Hmm.
smoke and drink.
Hmm.
Okay, right. Shall we
Okay.
write the program now?
Yeah.
Right. Before going to Java, first concept, first of all, we should know only three things. If you know these three things, Java will be very easy. First of all, we should know three things. First point, first point. If you want, if you want to store the non-static stuff. If you want to store the non-static stuff means properties and actions. Okay. If you want to store the non-static stuff, compulsory memory location required. If you want to
Okay.
store the non-static stuff, compulsory
Memory location.
memory location required. Memory location required. First point, if you want to store the non-static stuff, compulsory memory location required. I am talking about only non-static, madam. I am talking about
Okay.
only non-static. If you want to store the non-static stuff, compulsory memory location required. So, for example, this is the memory location. I am giving name is new. I am giving name is new.
Mm.
So, memory location, non-static stuff, properties, name and color, and actions, drink and smoke.
Mm.
So properties, we will write only semicolon. If it is function or action, we will write function bracket, drink and smoke. If you want to store the non-static stuff, compulsory memory location required. If you want to store the non-static stuff, compulsory memory location required. That is the first point, madam. Second
Okay.
point. Second point. If you want to add anything to this object memory location, if you want to get anything from this object memory location, compulsory reference name required. That is the second point. Reference name required. Second point, reference name required. If you want to add anything to object memory location, if you want to get anything from object memory location, compulsory reference name required. Reference name required. Reference name required. If you want to add anything to object memory location, if you want to get anything from object memory location, compulsory reference name required. Third point. Third point is object creation. Very, very important, object creation. If it is non-static, I'm talking about only non-static, madam.
Exactly.
Okay.
Mm.
If it is non-static, compulsory memory sorry, object creation is very, very important. Object creation. How to create object creation? Class name, reference name equal to new class name. Class name, reference name equal to new class name. So if you know only this line, you can work with Java very comfortable. So class name, for example, I'm taking boy. Reference name as your wish, B1 equal to new class name, new boy. Class
Okay.
name, reference name equal new class name. So here, first point, if you want to store the non-static stuff, compulsory memory location required. New is a memory location, right? Second point, if you want to add the property, if you want to get the property from memory location, compulsory reference name required. Your reference name is B1.
Mm.
Reference name is B1. So
Yeah.
third one, object creation. If it is non-static, object creation is very, very important. Class name, reference name equal to new class name. For example,
Mm.
class name I'm taking boy. Boy B1 equal to new boy. For example, class name is Akhil. Akhil A1 equal to new Akhil. For example, class
Okay.
name is USA. USA U equal to new USA. For example, world. World class name, for example, world. World W equal to new world. For example, class name is India. India equal to New India. Japan. Class name is Japan. Japan J equal New Japan. So your choice, reference name is your choice. So class name,
Okay.
reference name equal to new class name. Selenium. For example, class name is Selenium. Selenium is equal to new Selenium. Okay. For example,
Mm.
class name is Gita. Gita G equal to new Gita. For example, class
Okay.
name is computer. Computer C equal to new computer. So class name, reference name equal to new class name. Only one line, madam. Based on this line, we can discuss total Java, entire Java. Class name,
Mm.
reference name equal to new class name. I'm talking about
Mm.
only non-static, madam.
Yes.
Only talking about only non-static. If you want to work with Java, so first of all we should know three things. If you want to store the non-static stuff, compulsory memory location required. Second point, if you want to add the property, if you want to get the property from memory location, compulsory reference name required.
Different.
Third point, if it is non-static,
Mm.
object creation is very important. Class name, reference name equal to new class name. Class name, for example, I'm taking boy, reference name B1 equal to new boy.
Mm.
Right? Right.
Right. Right.
Next, How to declare static properties? Next concept, how to declare static properties. How to declare static properties. Static properties we are discussing about only general knowledge purpose we will discuss. How to declare,
Okay.
how to declare static properties. How to declare static properties. So if it is static properties, what are those? Number of hands, number of legs. So
Yes.
public, if it is static, we need to mention static. Public static data type number of hands. Data type is integer. Int number of hands. Right. Public static into number of hands. For example, if you want to declare number of legs, same. Public static
Okay.
into
Mm.
number of legs. NOOFLEGS. Number of legs. Right. Next. Next.
Action.
How to declare non-static. How to declare non-static stuff. Non-static properties. How to declare non-static properties. We have non-static properties, name and color. So if it
Mm.
is static, we need to mention static, madam. If it is non-static, no need to mention anything. Public color, color or name. It is a data type is string data type. String name. This is the non-static property. So I'm not mentioning any static. If it is static, we need to mention static. If it is non-static, no need to mention anything. Public string name.
Okay.
Next, public string. Whenever you are writing string, it
Mm.
should be cap color,
Okay.
right? How to declare static actions or
Mm.
functions? How to declare static actions or functions? How to declare static actions? We have breathe and sleep. So this first properties is for only for general knowledge purpose, but how to declare static actions? This is very very important. How to declare the function or action? Concentrate, madam. Public static, that is the static, that's the reason I'm writing static. Public static void breathe. All right, function bracket required. System dot out dot println breathe. This is called function body. So function and function body. So concentrate, madam. Public, this is
Mm.
static, that's the reason I'm writing static void breathe. Breathe is a function name. This is called function body. System dot out dot println breathe. This is function body. Okay. All right.
Mm.
Next, how to declare non-static actions. How to declare non-static actions. So drink and smoke. Public void drink.
Mm.
System dot out dot println.
Mm.
If it is static, we need to mention static, madam. If it is non-static, no need to mention anything. You need to remember, madam.
Oh.
So if it is static, public static void breathe. If it is non-static, simply we can write public void drink.
Mm.
Close bracket. function open bracket and close bracket. So here opened, here closed. This one here is opened, this is closed. So how to declare static actions and non-static actions. Okay, right. We can go to Eclipse and we can write the program in the Eclipse only. So go to Eclipse and go to SRC, take the new class name is boy. I'm taking, for example, class name is boy. Keep the mark public static void menu. So I want main method. That's the reason I'm keeping mark public static void main string ags. So click on finish. So by class. If you want to declare anything, here we can declare. First we will write properties. No need, just for general knowledge purpose we are discussing. So properties no need. Public static into number of hands. Number of hands. So without space we need to write, madam. Next, number of legs. Public static into, we can use underscore also. If you want, use underscore. Number of legs. Without space we can write. Second way, we can use underscores also. Right. Non-static actions. Public, non-static properties. Public string, public string name, color. Public string color. Right. This is for only for general knowledge purpose. Comment here, only for general knowledge, only for GK, general knowledge, only for GK. Right. How to declare static actions? Public static void breathe. SYSO control space breathe. Enough. Right. First one breathe. Second one is sleep. Both are static. So right, function body also sleep. Right. Next non-static drink and smoke. This is the proper action drink. So drink, non-static smoke, smoke. So now come to, this is the declaration part. Under class we will declare the function. So this is the main method. So if it is static, directly we can call. Breathe is a static function. So directly we can call. So sleep is a static function. We can call. So if I write drink, it will show error. Why? Because it is a non-static. If it is non-static, what we need to do? We need to create the object. How to create the object? Class name, boy, class name. Reference name, B1 equal to new class name, new boy. Class name, reference name equal new class name. Boy, B1 equal new boy. With the reference we can write B1 dot drink and B1 dot smoke. B1 dot smoke. So this total concept says if it is static directly we can write in the main method. If it is non-static we need to create the object. With the reference only we can write. So here we are creating object to boy B1 equal to new boy, B1 dot drink, B1 dot smoke we can write. Sir, I'm confusing breathe to sleep. So what I need to do? So write simply A. I'm taking one function A. I'm taking another function B. I'm taking another
Okay.
function C. So A and B is a static, C and D is a non-static. C and D is a non-static. A directly I can call here. Directly I can write A. Directly I can write B. Why? Because both
Okay.
are static.
Yeah.
Both are static. So drink I can't write. So we need to create the object B1.C and B1.D. So
Mm.
Java knows only logic. Java don't know English. Java don't know anything. Java knows only
Mm.
logic. AB, I wrote static. So that's the reason directly we can declare here. We can write here in the main method. If it is non-static, we need to create the object with the reference we can write. So
Okay.
total concept says if it is static, directly we can call the functions from main method. Directly we can call. If it is non-static, we need to create the object.
And
So
class name.
this is the first concept, very important concept, madam.